you can almost see, often you can see, as they walk towards the ball in a penalty shootout, you can pretty much predict if they're going to score because of the body language reflects the state of mind.
The thing that's so hard that I've seen in speaking with younger players is that
Way of Will John.
It's wild because that carries over into everything. It's not just on the football field, as you said, going into an interview, doing what it is you need to do with your day, whatever it is, if you carry that mindset. But the thing that's so hard that I've seen in speaking with younger players is that they don't realize it's a trait that you can practice. Like you just said, once you get it instilled and once you train it, it becomes like everything else you've trained in your life. I mean, the first time you used a pen was pathetically, it was a pathetic attempt at manipulating this until you got it, and now you can draw all sorts of things. It's the same with faith, the mentality, reprogramming your subconscious mind. I think the problem a lot of players have is they don't feel that it's a malleable thing, and we're also programmed to believe that I am this person that is anxious or doesn't score goals or always misses the penalty, right?
Yeah. Well, that's a very good point. You bring up the penalty. It's, if you're a footballer, as you well know, and you're you've got a penalty in a game, late in a game, which can be highly significant to the outcome, or you have a penalty shootout, and you can almost see, often you can see, as they walk towards the ball in a penalty shootout, you can pretty much predict if they're going to score or not.
Yeah.
Because of the body language. And you get these great players who no matter what the situation is, what the pressure is in the game, like a World Cup game or whatever, they'll put the ball down and they'll stick it away. The times they won't are very, very small. And then other players, they'll just fall apart because their conscious mind is saying, oh my God, what happens if I don't score? It's all negative. And if you have that mindset, there's a very good chance you're not going to score. So, people talk about, practicing penalties. Yeah, that of course that's important, but it's the mindset that takes the penalty. I mean, you can be incredibly confident in a training session, taking penalties. Oh yeah, taking the mick out of the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
and then in a crowd, a packed crowd and stadium, in a penalty shootout, you fall apart because it's a different stage, and the conscious mind, fear, anxiety kicks in, and it expresses itself in your body language. So it might be a penalty that's too close to the goalkeeper. It might be mishit. It's reflecting your performance in a sporting situation, and as you rightly say, life in general is governed by your state of mind. And that's something that is not understood. We have a team just down the road from where I am now, called Burton Albion, play in the League 2 of the English Football League. And I don't know whether it's 7 or 8 games they've lost on the trot now. And their mindset will have reached the point where they won't expect to win anymore. And that will be reflected in their performances. Now, if they get a win somehow, maybe with a bit of luck, whatever, then their mindset can change and they can break that sequence and go on and win some more. But until that happens, they're not going to be expecting to win. I remember once I was on loan for about 3 months at a club called Northampton Town when I was at Coventry City. And Northampton Town had been in the bottom level. It was the 4th division then. It's called League 2 now. Burton are in League 1. That's right. And what they did is they went through the fourth division, League Two. Got promoted. They went through the next division, Division Three, then League One. Now they went through the Championship. This is in successive seasons, and they went into what is now the Premiership. And they only went down, despite all that, how quickly they'd moved up, with a points total that often would have, kept you in the league, kept you in the division. And then they went down to what is now the Championship, and they went through that into what is now League One. Went through that, and now they're back where they started in something like 8 years or something. And I talked to a player when I was there who'd been through that whole sequence. And I said, what happened? He said, well, when we were coming up, we just got used to winning. He said, and when we were coming down, we just got used to losing. In other words, what took them all the way through the leagues upwards and took them down to where they started were different mindsets, different states of mind, different senses of reality. That's what it is, really. It's your sense of reality. If you have a sense of reality that, you hope you're going to win, I think I'm going to win, and or you're going to win, it's a completely different sense of reality that you have, and that will express itself in your experience. I remember when I was at the BBC, I did a film about a guy called Nigel Mansell. And Nigel Mansell was a Formula One racing driver. When I did the film, he was just got into Formula One. And he'd had a very kind of rough journey to get there. He was driving for Lotus at the time.
Yeah.
And whenever I said to him, let's hope you'll be a world champion one day, he would stop me mid-sentence and say, I will be world champion. And okay, it got a bit boring after a while, to be honest, but it was a mindset he had, and he became world champion. And in terms of Formula One world champions, against an 8 billion global population, there ain't many of them. And but he had this knowing, I'm going to do it. There was no doubt in his mind, and this is the foundation of sporting performance, and it's not focused upon to the extent that it could be. I mean, if I could spend a few weeks with the 𝗵𝗀𝗛𝗏 team, I think I could make a difference because of changing the mindset of the players. Because at the moment they don't seem to be able to win a game,
and it's because it's neglected. I think you're touching on it, because what would happen if you spent a few weeks with them is that you'd tell them to cut the crap when they started being like, oh, it's okay for this to happen, it's okay to skip this, and all that. It's okay if we lost. Okay, you lose in training, and you'd somehow shock them out of that, where they would think it's not okay, right?
Big time. And like I say, I think it's very important what we were talking about a few minutes ago. If body language reflects the state of mind, then you can come in at the point of the body language and change the state of mind. Because the throttle goes both ways, as they say. You can come in at body language, or you can come in at mindset, or both, even better, and you can transform performance, because in the end, yes, some people are blessed with a greater, what you call natural skill than others. But everyone's got 2 legs, 2 arms, a torso, and a head. And therefore it's possible for performance to be vastly, vastly greater than it currently is if you get the mindset right.
Right.
I mean, you look at Manchester City. I talked earlier about Don Revie and Leeds United. Guardiola at Manchester City, he just won't take shit.
Yeah.
He wants it right. He wants it right, and he won't accept anything less than right. And that's reflected in his team. Guardiola's mindset is Manchester City's team. Even on a bad day, when they're not, performing as they could, they all invariably tend to pick a late goal up or win 1-0 or something. Because of the mindset they have. They're not expecting to lose. They're expecting to win. It is crucial that managers have a mindset that they want the team to have. Because if you don't, then the team's going to reflect that. That's not the idea, surely.
Right. David, as always, it's a pleasure. This, I hope for many of the players that are going to get a chance to see this, will do something about it, and will take it in and kind of, watch this over and over again until they start to change their subconscious mind. And I know we didn't get to touch on a lot of the other subjects that we did. I'm sure we will do some other time on on the other channel and the podcast. But once again, thank you for making the time, and we'll definitely do it again.
Yeah, a very, very simple thing. If you want to do it in a game, do it when you're practicing, because the subconscious doesn't know the difference.